Hey, this video is about heating times. So if you've done a little bit of research and reading on different companies' websites, you'll note that they all have these similar functions and features, one of which is instant steam or warm start or quick steam. Basically, they really try to promote themselves for the fact that, hey, guess what? If you're really impatient, if you really need instant fast warm-up times and temperature, reaching that temperature you set on your controller, our generator and our setup is going to be the best for you. And let me just clarify this a little bit because it is a little confusing and it's not exactly true the way they portray it. Okay, so if some sort of brand that you're looking at has some sort of instant steam function, okay, what this really means is, first off, one brand may keep a small little boiler tank going all day long. You may or may not want that. Higher electricity costs, safety, whatever. Other ones just have a very small tank that can boil and heat up that water extremely quick. It doesn't keep it running all day. Okay? And then some generators also don't have and that function at all, and they're usually older generation. Okay, they just basically have the larger tank, and that is going to slowly heat up, and then it will start to emit steam. But hold on a second, let's back up here, because these companies try to get you to focus on getting instant steam or rapid steam, when in fact what you should really concern yourself more is heating times. How long does it actually take to warm up the space? Okay, how long does it take to warm up the shower? Okay, and that generally can have a pretty big discrepancy or big difference brand to brand. In general, you're looking at anywhere from, on the fastest 3 minutes going up to 25 minutes. 25 is pretty bad, by the way. That's like an older generation steamer, and in general those are the ones that are very, very, very cheap. Okay, sub 1,000, I would say. That's usually how you can kind of tell. And so heating times really will have a big variance. Okay, now some people say, well, I can just get a higher kilowatt per hour generator, just a higher wattage generator, fix my problems, right? Some people try to do that. They're very unhappy because now their generator is producing a huge amount of steam for a very small space, and it's very hard to breathe, and that's not that enjoyable, and so they usually have to switch it out after that fact. So in general, it's better just to go with the brands that are the quickest. Now, some have control where they're smart from the standpoint that you can be doing something else, then get on your phone and essentially go to the app program, communicate with the controller, and multitask. It's already starting to turn on, it kicked on, it's warming up while you're doing something else. That's probably the most convenient way to do it. If you don't do that, you just have to manually go into the bathroom, turn it on yourself. Okay. But again, the warm-up time, just again to clarify this one point, just because steam comes out, it doesn't, it's still going to take a while to actually warm up that space. And also depending on if you're doing it for a specific type of health condition, okay, which might involve raising more of your core temperature more quickly, which is what's inducing the sweat or helping inflammation or things like that. Now we're talking about something a little bit different, because that steam generator is going to have to also put out a different type of steam that's a little bit drier with more of a heat radiance, heat index. But second, raising your core temperature, even a degree, can sometimes take a little bit of a while, or a degree or two. And again, you always want to consult with your doctor if you have any cardiovascular circulatory issues. Make sure that you can handle this type of heat. But if you really need the therapy where you're raising your core body temperature, it's not going to be, in a lot of generators, based on their heat up times and how powerful they are, it could definitely take longer than a 20-minute session. And you see most of these websites talking about 20-minute sessions all the time. So this is something that you want to really look into, is how quickly can it raise your core body temperature versus just how quickly can it reach 105 degrees, because that's where I set the thermostat. But how quickly, again, can it actually affect me? And that's a whole area that just by the way, if you talk about that, you ask that to most companies, they'll have absolutely no clue. Okay, but that gets into really what the proper term is latent heat index, and what that rating is on the actual steam coming out. And this comes down to mainly the heating element and a lot of other technical things that are probably going to be very boring to you. So if you have any questions about that, just feel free to fill out that questionnaire or send an email to me or give me a call, and I'd be happy to help you. Thanks.